Have you ever felt like you're stuck in the same place year after year, watching others move forward while you're running in circles? Maybe you've told yourself that success is for other people, people with better luck, better connections, better timing. Maybe you've worked hard, really hard, but nothing seems to change. You're tired, you're frustrated, and deep down, you're starting to wonder if this is just how your life will always be. But what if I told you that one simple habit, practiced consistently for just 30 minutes a day, could completely transform your future? What if one man's story could prove that the smallest changes create the biggest results? This is the story of a man who discovered that transformation doesn't require a miracle. It requires a moment of decision and the courage to act on it every single day. Stay with me until the end, because this might be the moment that changes everything for you too. In a bustling city where millions of people chase their dreams, there lived a 28-year-old man named David. David worked as a delivery driver for a small logistics company. Every morning at 7 a.m., he started his route. Every evening around 8 p.m., exhausted and sore, he returned home to his cramped studio apartment in a rundown building on the edge of the city. His salary was just enough to cover rent, food, and basic expenses. Nothing more. He drove a company scooter that broke down regularly. His apartment had peeling paint, a leaky faucet he couldn't afford to fix, and furniture he had found on the street. His clothes were worn. His shoes were falling apart. But more than the physical struggle, David suffered from something that ate at him every single day. He felt invisible. Every day as he delivered packages to offices, apartments, and businesses, he saw other people's lives. Young professionals in suits rushing to important meetings. Entrepreneurs opening their shops with pride. Families living in beautiful homes with gardens. And David would think, why not me? What did they do that I didn't? Why am I stuck here? He had dreams once. When he was younger, he wanted to start his own business, to build something meaningful, to make his parents proud. But life happened. He dropped out of college after 1 year because his family couldn't afford it. He took the first job he could find, and years passed. Now at 28, he felt like he had missed his chance. He wasn't lazy. He worked 6 days a week, sometimes 7. He delivered packages in rain, heat, and cold. He was polite to customers, reliable, never late. But hard work alone wasn't changing his situation. He was working hard in a life that had no upward path. And every night as he collapsed onto his thin mattress around 9 p.m., too tired to do anything except stare at his phone until he fell asleep, he felt like he was wasting his life. One thought haunted him constantly. Is this all there is? Work, sleep, repeat until I'm old. But he didn't know what else to do. He felt trapped in a cycle he couldn't break. One rainy Thursday afternoon in March, David was delivering a package to a small bookstore in a quiet neighborhood. The owner, an elderly man named Mr. Harrison, was arranging books near the window. As David handed over the package, he noticed something. The store was empty, peaceful, filled with the smell of old paper and coffee. It felt like a different world. Mr. Harrison looked at David's tired face and smiled gently. Long day, son. David nodded. Every day is long, sir. What do you do when you're not working? David paused. Nobody had ever asked him that. I don't know. Sleep, I guess. Watch videos on my phone. Nothing important. Mr. Harrison studied him for a moment. You look like someone who's waiting for life to begin. The words hit David like a punch. He stood there, rain dripping from his jacket, and realized that's exactly what he was doing. Waiting for a better job to appear. Waiting for an opportunity to knock. Waiting for something, anything, to change. Come inside for a moment, Mr. Harrison said. I want to show you something. David hesitated, but something in the old man's voice made him follow. Mr. Harrison led him to a small section of the bookstore labeled, Changed My Life. He pulled out a thin, worn notebook. This, he said, is my journal from 40 years ago. I was just like you once. Working a dead-end job, exhausted, hopeless. I was a factory worker making barely enough to survive. I had no education, no skills, no future. David looked at the old notebook, then at the bookstore around him. How did you get from there to here? Mr. Harrison smiled. One habit. One simple habit I started on a day very much like today. I decided to spend 30 minutes every single day learning something new. Just 30 minutes. That's all. What did you learn? Everything. I started with reading. I couldn't afford books, so I went to the library. I read about business, about literature, about history. Then I started writing my thoughts in this notebook. Every day, 30 minutes of reading, 30 minutes of writing. No exceptions. He opened the notebook and showed David pages filled with neat handwriting. Ideas, reflections, plans, dreams. After 6 months, I had read 50 books and filled 3 notebooks. My mind had changed completely. I started seeing opportunities one never noticed before. After 1 year, I had learned enough about business to start a small used book stand on weekends. After 3 years, I opened this store. After 10 years, I owned 3 stores. David stared at the notebook. Just 30 minutes a day did all that. Not the 30 minutes alone. The consistency. The compound effect. You see, David, most people overestimate what they can do in 1 day and underestimate what they can do in 1 year. 30 minutes seems like nothing. But 30 minutes every day for a year is 182 hours. That's more than 4 full weeks of learning. Most people don't spend 4 weeks learning anything new in their entire adult life. Mr. Harrison closed the notebook carefully. The question is, what would you do with 30 minutes every day if you actually did it? David's mind raced. He thought about all the evenings he wasted scrolling through social media, watching random videos, doing nothing meaningful. What if he used that time differently? I don't know, David admitted. I've always wanted to learn about business, about how to start something of my own. But I don't have time or money for courses. You have time. You just waste it. And you don't need money. Everything you need to learn is free now. Libraries, internet, YouTube. The only thing you need is discipline. Mr. Harrison handed David a piece of paper. This is my challenge to you. For the next 90 days, spend 30 minutes every single day learning about business. Read articles, watch educational videos, take notes. Document your journey. After 90 days, come back here and show me what you've learned. If you actually do it, I'll teach you everything I know about running a business. David looked at the paper, then at Mr. Harrison's kind but serious eyes. Why would you help me? Because 40 years ago, a librarian gave me the same challenge. And it saved my life. Now it's my turn to pass it forward. But only if you're serious. Most people talk about change. Very few actually do the work. David felt something shift inside him. Fear mixed with excitement. I'll do it, he said. I won't let you down. Don't do it for me. Do it for yourself. Mr. Harrison said. And remember, the magic is not in the 30 minutes. It's in doing it when you don't feel like it. That's where transformation happens. That evening, David sat in his small apartment with a notebook he had bought on the way home. It was 8:30 p.m. He was exhausted from work. His body wanted to collapse into bed. His mind wanted to escape into mindless entertainment. But he remembered Mr. Harrison's challenge. He set a timer for 30 minutes and opened YouTube on his phone. He searched how to start a business with no money and started watching. The first week was harder than he expected. Every evening, his tired mind created excuses. You're too tired. Just skip today. You can do double tomorrow. 30 minutes won't make a difference anyway. You don't even know what kind of business you want. This is pointless. But David had made a promise. Every evening at 8:30 p.m., no matter how tired he was, he sat down with his notebook and timer. 30 minutes. He watched videos about business basics, read free articles about entrepreneurship, and took notes on everything. He learned about profit margins, customer service, marketing, and product development. At first, it felt overwhelming. So much information, so much he didn't know. But he kept showing up. By week 3, something changed. David started looking forward to his 30 minutes. It became his favorite part of the day. While the rest of the world was zoning out, he was building knowledge. His notebook filled with ideas, insights, and questions. He learned about different business models. He studied successful entrepreneurs and their strategies. He began to understand how businesses actually worked. By the end of month 2, David had consumed over 60 hours of business education. He had filled 2 notebooks. But more importantly, his mind had shifted. He started seeing his delivery job differently. Every business he delivered to, he observed. How did they attract customers? How did they organize their operations? What problems did they face? He asked questions when he could. Business owners, usually rushed and busy, were surprised by his genuine curiosity. Some shared advice. One restaurant owner even let him look at their supply ordering system. David took notes on everything. In the 3rd month, David's learning became more focused. He had discovered what kind of business he wanted to start. During his deliveries, he noticed something. Many small businesses and elderly people needed help with errands, grocery shopping, prescription pickups, small tasks. They were willing to pay, but there was no reliable service for it. David saw an opportunity. He started researching errand services, studying how they worked in other cities, calculating costs, and planning how he could start small. On day 89 of his 90-day challenge, David had a complete business plan written in his notebook. A personal errand service he could start on Sundays, his only day off. He would charge reasonable rates, focus on excellent service, and build through word of mouth. He needed almost no money to start, just his time and a commitment to reliability. On day 90, David returned to Mr. Harrison's bookstore. He carried 3 notebooks filled with his learning journey. Mr. Harrison looked up from the counter and smiled. "You came back, and you brought evidence." "Good." David placed the notebooks on the counter. "I did it. 90 days, 30 minutes every day. I never missed once." Mr. Harrison opened the notebooks and read through David's notes slowly, carefully. He saw the progression from basic questions to sophisticated business planning. He saw the evolution of an idea from vague to concrete. After several minutes, he looked up. "You actually did the work. Most people don't. They do it for a week, maybe 2, then quit. You proved you have discipline. That's the most important business skill." "I have a plan," David said, and he explained his errand service idea. Mr. Harrison listened, asked questions, and poked holes in the plan. Then he helped David refine it. "Start small. Test it. Learn from real customers. Adjust. Don't quit your job yet. Build this on the side until it can support you. That's the smart way. Will you really teach me?" David asked. "I already am," Mr. Harrison said. "And here's your next challenge. Launch your business this month. Document everything. Keep learning 30 minutes every day, but now apply what you learn immediately. Come back in 3 months and show me your results." David felt nervous, but ready. "What if I fail?" "You will fail at many things. That's part of learning. But if you keep showing up, keep learning, keep adjusting, you won't fail at everything. And you only need to succeed at one thing." The next Sunday, David launched Helping Hands Errands. He made simple flyers on his phone and posted them in his delivery neighborhoods. He offered basic services, grocery shopping, prescription pickup, post office runs, anything people needed. The first week, he got 1 customer, an elderly woman who needed groceries. He charged her $15 for an hour of work. It wasn't much, but it was a start. He did such a good job, being friendly, careful, and reliable, that she told her friends. By week 3, he had 5 regular customers. By month 2, he had 12. Word spread in the community. David was reliable, kind, and affordable. He showed up when he said he would. He cared about doing things right. Every evening, he still spent his 30 minutes learning. Now he studied customer service, time management, and how to scale a service business. He learned about pricing, scheduling, and customer retention. He applied everything immediately. After 6 months, David's Sunday errand service was making him an extra $800 per month. It wasn't enough to quit his job, but it was proof that his business worked. After 1 year, he was making $1,500 extra per month and had hired a friend to help on Sundays. His delivery job boss noticed the change in David. He was more confident, more energetic, more focused. "David, you're different lately. What's going on?" David smiled. "I'm building something, sir. Learning every day. Changing my life 30 minutes at a time." After 18 months, David's errand service was making $2,500 per month. He had 4 part-time helpers and 50 regular customers. He had saved $10,000. He went back to Mr. Harrison's bookstore. The old man greeted him like a proud teacher. "I've been watching your progress. People in the neighborhood talk about your service. You've built something real. I couldn't have done it without your challenge," David said. "You did it without my challenge. I just gave you permission to start. You did the work." David took a deep breath. "I'm ready to quit my delivery job and do this full-time. I'm scared, but I think I'm ready." Mr. Harrison nodded. "Fear means you care. That's good. But you're not the same person who walked into my store 18 months ago. That person was waiting for life to change. You're someone who changes life. Trust who you've become." 1 week later, David gave notice at his delivery job. His boss was sad to lose him, but understood. "You've always been different, David. I could tell you wouldn't be delivering packages forever. Good luck." 2 years after that rainy afternoon in Mr. Harrison's bookstore, David's errand service had grown into a full business with 15 employees, 200 regular clients, and partnerships with 3 senior living communities. He had moved into a decent apartment. He had saved money. He had built something from nothing. But more than the business success, David had transformed himself. He was confident, knowledgeable, and capable. He was no longer invisible. He was a business owner, an employer, a person people respected and relied on. And every single evening, without fail, he still spent 30 minutes learning. Sometimes about business growth, sometimes about leadership, sometimes about completely new topics. The habit that started his transformation never stopped. His employees would ask, "Boss, why do you still study every day? You've already made it." David would smile and say, "I didn't make it. I'm making it. Every day. And it starts with 30 minutes of learning." My friend, David's story is proof of something powerful. Transformation doesn't require dramatic change. It requires a simple habit practiced with absolute consistency. Here's what most people don't understand. You don't need to overhaul your entire life. You don't need to quit everything and take huge risks. You don't need perfect conditions or tons of free time. You need 30 minutes and the discipline to use them wisely every single day. Think about it. 30 minutes is nothing. It's half of one TV show episode. It's less time than most people spend scrolling social media before bed. But 30 minutes invested in learning, practiced daily for 1 year, equals 182 hours of focused education. That's equivalent to more than 4 full university courses. In 5 years, that's over 900 hours, enough to become an expert in almost any field. The magic is not in the time. It's in the consistency. It's in showing up on day 47 when you're tired and don't feel like it. It's in showing up on day 63 when you're not seeing results yet. It's in showing up on day 81 when your friends are out having fun and you're sitting with your notebook. That's where transformation happens. Not in the moments when it's easy, but in the moments when you do it anyway. Successful people understand this. They know that small daily disciplines compound into extraordinary results. They know that who you become is more important than what you achieve, because who you become determines what you can achieve. David didn't succeed because he had a great business idea. Dozens of people probably had the same idea. He succeeded because he became the kind of person who could execute the idea. He built discipline, knowledge, and consistency first. The success followed. So here's your challenge. The same challenge Mr. Harrison gave David. Step 1. Right now, decide what you want to learn. What skill, knowledge, or ability would change your life if you developed it? Business, writing, coding, marketing, public speaking, a new language, anything. Choose one thing. Just one. Step 2. Commit to 30 minutes every single day for 90 days. Not when you feel like it. Not when you have extra time. Every single day at the same time. Make it non-negotiable like brushing your teeth. Step 3. Document your journey. Keep a notebook or digital journal. Write what you learned, what questions you have, what ideas emerge. This documentation will show you your progress when motivation fades. Step 4. After 90 days, evaluate. Look at what you've learned. Look at who you've become. Then decide what's next. I promise you this. If you spend 30 minutes every single day for 90 days learning something valuable, and you actually do it, not just talk about it, your life will change. Maybe not dramatically overnight, but you will not be the same person. You will have knowledge you didn't have, confidence you didn't have, possibilities you couldn't see before. And that person, that more knowledgeable, more disciplined, more capable person, that person can build a different future. David had nothing. No education, no money, no connections. Just a choice to spend 30 minutes a day learning instead of wasting. You have more than he had. You're reading this right now, which means you have access to unlimited information. You have opportunity. The only question is, will you use it? Or will you close this, go back to your normal routine, and wonder 5 years from now why nothing changed? The moment that turns your life around is not someday. It's today. It's the decision you make right now to stop waiting and start building. 30 minutes. That's all it takes to begin. If you're ready to commit to this challenge, make a declaration right now. Say it out loud or write it down. For the next 90 days, I will spend 30 minutes every day learning and growing. No excuses. No exceptions. Share this message with someone who's stuck and doesn't know how to move forward. Maybe this is exactly what they need to hear. Remember David's transformation. Remember that he started exactly where you are, tired, stuck, and hopeless. But one habit, practiced consistently, changed everything. Your transformation is waiting on the other side of consistency. 30 minutes a day, 90 days. That's your moment. Will you take it? Your future self is counting on the decision you make right now. Don't let them down.